Claire from Creative the Ottas Way. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. This is my weekly craft along. So excited about this week's make. I've been working on it, or I've had the idea in my head for a little while, and it's just been the right time this week and it's all come together. I've got two versions to show you and I will talk you through those. It is an envelope flower card. So I've made it to look like an envelope. It's got flowers inside, but it folds down flat for posting. It will fit inside a 5" by 5" envelope. Yeah, you might have to pay a little bit extra on the postage because it's not going to be completely flat because of the flowers. But you need a bit of a wow when you open a card, don't you? So what is the difference between these two cards? They're both exactly the same, made in exactly the same same style. The instructions are exactly the same, the sizes are the same, but this one is just a basic, as in a beginner level maybe, or you've not got a lot of time, or you just like this version. So it's just the card, it's got one layer inside and then the flowers are added on. Now this version, hopefully you can see, it's got an extra piece of card at the front, so it really does look like an envelope, and it's got an insert on the back. Hopefully you can see that, not too bright so it doesn't stand out too much, but it just frames the flowers as well, and it's actually got double layer of flowers, so that just gives an added impact. It really does still fold flat. Okay, so not much difference to the other one. It's just a way of taking a basic simple design and just stepping it up a bit, and you can do that with all your cards. Just mind the elements that you add to them, or the different pieces, different papers you use, the different colours you use. It's really easy to go from just a very plain simple card to a real wow card, and you really can do it yourself. So I'm going to talk you through how to do the card, and then right at the end I'll go through the sizes and things for the extra bits if that's what you want to do. What have I used? I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I use Stampin' Up products. However, I've got a large stash. I know that you're the same as me, that you just keep buying this stuff and then you don't use it. I like to buy investment pieces. I've got these Paper Florist flower dies. Let me show you. They're leaves and all sorts of shapes. I actually didn't bring those through. Why do I always forget something? Now I'm really distracted. The flowers are in the other room, and I need to go and get those. But let's do the card first, because you really don't want to be waiting around for that. I bought these as an investment piece because I love flowers on my cards, and I know that I will use them again and again and again. The only other thing we have used on here is this die cut here, which is from the Stylish Shapes dies. Again, if you've watched my videos before, this is another set that I call an investment set. It's got so many dies in it, so many uses, different layering options, and we are using just one of the dies from that, and that's currently available. Where the Paper Florist dies, they're not available anymore. You'd have to go on eBay and sites like that, find a demonstrator that's selling some old stock. There's lots of them do clear out. I don't. That's really bad, isn't it? I just hold on to my stuff because I love it. I bought it because I love it, so I'm going to carry on using it. What else do I need to tell you? I think that's it. You can use any colour card, you can use any colours on your flowers, you can use any floral dies that you have. Go through your stash, stuff that you've had a while and you've completely forgotten that you loved. Just get it out and play. I'll talk to you more about the flowers later. Let's get on with the card. Okay, so we're just going to do, well, it's one version, just stepped up a little bit. If you want to get in touch with me, if you've got questions, you can get in touch with me on Instagram, on Facebook. You can drop me an email at creativetheottasway@gmail.com. If you like the video, just leave a comment below. I love to see your makes. Please share a photo with me. Again, you can email me or just tag me in your social media posts. Anyway, just get in touch. Anything else? I think that's it. Shall I give you the sizes? Okay, so don't be scared. Okay, I know that it looks like a lot of sizes. It really isn't. It's just a base card, some scoring, how to shape the envelope, how to shape the bottom bit of the envelope, and then you've got all these extra bits. Okay, so just concentrate on the fact that you need a piece of base card, and I will show you how to do all the rest. So you can screenshot that. It's there in centimetres but also in inches. If you have problems with the sizes, again, please do leave a comment below the video or get in touch. Yeah, that's it really. So I'll stop talking for a minute so you can concentrate. Yeah, taking a screenshot. Okay, so I am going to use a different colour again this time. I am going to use Sea Soft Foam. Now, I'm not sure this is going to be bright enough for me as an envelope, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to be talking in centimetres. So I've got Stampin' Up paper trimmer, it's got a scoring blade and a cutting blade, all in one. It's got this arm that folds out. It's excellent for cutting longer shapes. This bit lifts up. That's it really. I need 13 centimetres by 27.5. So I'm going to use this guide along the top here for my 13 centimetres, and I'm just going to cut down. Remember, I'm in the UK. Cut down the whole A4 sheet. Now this bit, don't discard because you're going to need it. So put that to one side. You can do all of this with just one sheet of card, which is amazing. Now we need to turn it sideways. I can see my paper's going to annoy me. Let me just tape it down because it keeps moving. And it's very distracting. Hopefully you can't see me taping it down, but I am. Okay, is that it? Is it stopped moving around? Yep. Okay, 27.5. So I'm going to turn it along that way. Fine, 27.5. And then cut off that tiny little bit. Okay, I don't think we'll need that, but I'm going to keep it for the time being. So you're left with this piece of card, 13 centimetres by 27.5. Doesn't look anything now, does it? Okay, keeping it with the long side at the top where all the measurements are, you're going to do some scoring. So make sure you've got rid of that cutting blade because it's really annoying when you cut, when you're meant to be scoring. It's almost a swear time, and I don't swear. Sizes, 10 centimetres. Okay, 10, 10, 10. So the first score line is at 10 centimetres. Then you've got one at 12.5. This is the bit where I get the butterflies in my tummy and I'm really excited because I can't wait for you to make it yourself. 22.5. 22.5. And 25. Okay, let's have a look at that. Now you're probably not going to be able to see my score lines, but there's quite a big area here. This is the 10 centimetres, and then the next one is 12.5, the next one is 22.5, and then the final one is 25. So you should have 4 score lines across. Okay, we're going to turn it on its side, and this time we are going to score. Are we going to score? Shall we cut? Should we be brave and cut? Okay, you could score it first, but I'm going to cut it. So I'm just going to put that arm in so I can show you. So I am looking for 7.5 centimetres. So I'm putting my card up to the 7.5 centimetre mark. And then without doing anything, I'm going to take a breath, look at my card and find the first score line. So this is my first score line, and what I'm aiming to do is cut from that score line right down the bottom. Okay, so this first panel, no cutting. How do I do that? I put my paper trimmer, the grippy bit, down. Okay, just double check it's still 7.5. I lift it with my thumb, slide the cutting blade along. Now, the reason I've put my thumb under there is so I can slide it without it cutting, okay? And I'm looking here for this first line, and on the side of my cutting blade is a line as well. And I want to line that up, okay? I still haven't let it down. I'm moving it around, seeing where it is. And when I'm happy, I let it go down. And you can see that, well, you can't see, you can feel that this resists. So just push that down. And that means that that's in place where you wanted it to go. So 7.5, put that in the middle and then cut down. Okay, feel the fear. Now I'm going to lift it up and I can see that my cut is, yay, okay, it's cut. Now what I need to do is cut this bit off. So I'm going to put my cutting blade at the top, bring that around. I know it was at 10, the first school line was 10 centimetres, and I'm going to cut from the top down to my cut line. Now that's quite tricky to stop, so I'm going to do the same trick. I'm using my fingers, I'm bringing that over. I'm just going to move a bit so I can see, and I'm trying to line that up just about there, and it's easier to push up, okay, I can see, and hopefully, oh, didn't do it, okay, so it's just holding on to it. Now do not rip it, because you'll end up with a horrible rip on your paper. Put your scissors in and you give the tiniest little cut and it comes out, okay? So that's how you do that bit. Keep that, because this is an important bit for in a minute. Okay, move this out the way for a minute. So you can see you've got this big panel here and you've got these pieces here. Now we're going to do the envelope shape in here and the envelope shape in here, but to make it easier for you, what I want you to do is just fold these round so you get the idea of what your envelope is going to look like. So it's going to look like that, and that just helps you see that this is the back and this is the front, okay? Now let's concentrate on this envelope piece here, because we want to shape the top. So what we're doing is shaping this bit here. So I'll bring my paper trimmer back in. Okay, I definitely know which bit is the back piece, and I'm going to use an embossing tool. You could use a pencil. Have I got a pencil? Oh my goodness, must have a pencil. Yeah, I've got a pencil as well, look. So you can use a pencil, you can use an embossing tool, whatever fits you really, and you're going to find the centre of this. Now I did it at 10 centimetres, so this was 10 centimetres, so the centre of it is 5 centimetres, and I'm just putting a little line there, okay? So you either put a little dent or you put a pencil mark, and then I'm going to turn it sideways, okay, so it's now along the side, and I'm going to mark there and there, so it looks like it's the top and the bottom, but it's really the side of the envelope. So I'm going to do that at 2.5 centimetres. Now because my paper trimmer has got some measurements this side, it makes it easier. So I'm going to find 2.5 centimetres there, and I'm going to put a little mark there and a little mark there. Okay, so I've got 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks. I'm going to turn it back that way, and what I want to do is cut from this mark to this mark. So I'm going to turn my paper and I'm looking for this cutting line here. Okay, so I'm going to put the mark there and then twist the paper with my hand. So one mark is there and one mark is there. Use my fingers to hold on to the running mat. Put it in the middle. Okay, push it down so I know it's not going to move anywhere. I'm going to go up and down, and that stops you having a dent. So I've cut that piece off. Turn it sideways and do the same to the other side, so you end up with a point. So that bit is there, that bit is there. Use your finger. I think that just moved. Use your finger when you're happy. Move your finger out of the way. Press down, up, down. Okay, and then have a look. Ta-da! That's the back of your envelope. Okay, just like that. Now, how do you do this bit? We're going to do similar, but take a breath first. Oh, that's quite stressful, isn't it? Getting the right angle. Okay, you could just do it with a ruler and a knife, but you might as well use your paper trimmer if you've got it. Now, we need to find the centre of the front of the envelope. So if I put that back round, this bit is the front, and we need to find the centre. So we lay all of that out flat, and the centre is going to be halfway here, which we know is 5 centimetres, but you've got this and this as well. So you need to be 10 centimetres. So find 10 centimetres, because each panel is 2.5. Half of this is 5, so it's 10 centimetres. So this is where you want to be. Now you could put a little mark there just to help you, but what you're going to do, you need to come down 2.5 centimetres. Now my paper trimmer has got inches down the side, so 2.5 centimetres is actually 1 inch. So I'm going to use the 1 inch on the side measurement here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same. I'm lifting this up, I'm finding 1 inch, and when I'm happy with where that is, I might actually put it first. So can you see from there, I'm going to cut up. So I'm bringing that over, about there I think, push it down, cut up, there. Okay, so then I get my scissors. You could do this on your paper trimmer, but I'm just going to go to the middle. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do it the other side the same. Like so. Okay, you ready for this bit? This bit is going to make you cheer. So you bring it over like so, and there you have the front of your envelope. So you've got the pointy bit here and the inner bit here. Look at that. Okay, now it's up to you. You can leave this piece here like that. You're not really going to see it. It's going to be covered in flowers, but I'm actually going to cut it off. So where's those scissors again? I've just got this bit here, and I'm just cutting it off there. Okay, like that. So when I bring it round, you can't see it, so it's inside. Ta-da! How cool is that? Okay, so what do you need to do now? We need to do that inner bit so that all the flowers have got somewhere to go. So do you remember that piece we cut off? So this bit, this was the other piece here, so it's already scored, bonus. Okay, so bring your paper trimmer back in. One of the panels you don't need, you know it's scored at 2.5 centimetres, so put it at 2.5 centimetres and just cut it off. Okay, you don't need that bit. What you're left with is this bit. Now, if we stuck that straight in, it wouldn't do anything because it's going to be really close to the front. So what we have to do is cut down these sides halfway. Okay, so you know that they're 2.5, so you can guesstimate. There's no set rule. Take a centimetre off, take half an inch off, half an inch, take a centimetre off, or 1.5 centimetres. What did I take off? 1.5. So, or I took a centimetre actually. So I'm just going to try and get that the same because you do want them level. Does that look the same? That actually does. Okay, so that's that bit. What else do I need to tell you? Let's bring it back over. So that bit is going to go in there, like so. And that will give you, oh, I might cut it down a bit. That's really, oh, I don't know, look. So can you see how it's sort of halfway? I actually might trim it a little bit more because I want it to go back a little bit. See, no rules in crafting. Okay, that's another little bit, like a couple of millimetres, as long as they're the same. Just use the lines on your paper trimmer just as a guide for you. If you cut it off one side, do the other side the same. So that will go in there like that. That will come round. Make sure that you're going to tuck this bit inside. And can you see that actually gives you different levels? It's also almost like a step, isn't it? Okay, so that's that. That's it. That's your card done. So if you want to go ahead and make it with that, the only thing that I haven't shown you is that I used a 2¼ inch square. So I want my flowers to be up here, so I need them sort of at a point. If I bring my flowers in, they sort of go up that bit. I don't want them poking all over. I want them to be inside the envelope. So I've used a square. I've cut a 2¼ inch square and I put some glue on it. Oh, I didn't try the glue. I should have tested the glue. Oh, should we say a little prayer to the craft fairy? No, it's not going to. Come on, glue. Okay, I haven't got a thing to... Oh, that is a rookie mistake, isn't it? You've got to test the glue before you start videoing, Claire. Okay, just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Ta-da! Good thing I've got the tiniest house. It's not that far. Okay, so I've got my square. I'm putting glue. Oh, look. Come on. What is it with the glue? Right. Dear Craft Fairy, please can you help my glue work? I've just been using it as well. Don't you just hate that? Or did I pick up the wrong one? Right, I'm going to have to go again. tested it. I hope you're all laughing. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to open it and it's going to spurt out everywhere. Okay. Oh, nearly. It's quite runny, this one. Okay, so I've just put glue on half, but if you notice, I put it on the square so it's like a diamond. Okay. So this will be in there, and I need this to be just poking up like that. And I've used the diamond, the corner of the square, because I need it to help me keep the flowers in that shape. Okay, so it's going to be like that, it's going to be like that. And that you can get on if you don't want to add the paper or the extra bit at the front. That is your card done. We'll stick it all together, but that's it. Now, if you want to add the paper, when you choose some envelope paper, so to line your card, you don't want one that really stands out. You do want one that's a similar colour because you want it to blend in, but you don't want it to detract from all the flowers that you're putting on there. Okay, so I've gone with the same colour paper as my card, which is sea soft foam, but I haven't used one that's really patterned. It's just got a very faint little white pattern, and it's just from my stash. Now you need to cut this to match this. So this piece of paper is 9 centimetres by 12, and you can see I've already marked it halfway. So I've marked it at 4.5 centimetres so that it gives me the half, and down the side I've marked it at 2.5 centimetres top and bottom, or both sides, and I'm going to do exactly the same that I did on our envelope. I'm lining up this mark with this mark, and then I'm chopping off the paper. Okay, just like that. And then I turn it the other way and I do it exactly the same there and there. So I just go through those sizes again. It is 9 centimetres by 12, and I found the centre at 4.5. I went down the side at 2.5 top and bottom, and then cut it off. And that should fit in there just like that to give me an envelope pattern. Now, because it's going on the same coloured card and I don't want a white line, I want it to just blend, I'm just going along the edge of my paper with my sea soft foam stamping marker, because it has got a white core and I really don't want it to stand out. Okay, where's the glue that works? Okay, so I'm just sticking that in, and then everything else can be stuck in. We can start putting this together. So that goes there, just like that. No one's going to see this bottom bit, but you want it to look nice all the way. Okay, let's move this out of the way. So how do you put this together? Once you put that paper in, whether you decide to or not, we've already prepped that. This bit, put some glue down the side. I need to stop putting the lid back on because that's really coming out a lot. Okay, and also, so I've just put glue on the tab. I'm going to bring that round, but I also make sure it's in line. Okay, just press that down and that gives you that action. And then this side, I'm going to put glue on this bit and glue on this bit because I want it to be inside. There's way too much glue on there, isn't there? I'm going to get very sticky, messy. So this bit comes around and it goes inside, just on that bit. The other one has got glue on as well. And I'm just making sure that when I fold it flat, it's all in place. Like so. Look at that. Can you see inside there? So that's given me an area for me to put my flowers on. I've got the paper at the back. Now on my one here, I also wanted to put some flowers on the back piece as well. So what I did is put one of those squares as well, which was 2.5 inches, and I put that on the back piece just so that I could stick some flowers. It's not really necessarily, but what it meant was I could stick my flowers on here and then slide it in and just put it in the right place. Okay, so that is it. That is it. Flowers. Oh my goodness. Let me show you the flowers. I've got hundreds of flowers. So you know when you've got loads of bits of scrap paper and you don't want to get rid of it, they're just too big to throw away, but they're too small to do anything with. I got my dies out, sat in front of a movie and just die cut loads and loads of flowers and loads of leaves. And what's been really great is every time I do a project, I feel I'm good to go. And you can guarantee though there's like one of one colour and I need 3. But I try and use what I've got. So flowers, these ones for instance, you just get a couple of those, put a little dot of glue on one, just a dot in the middle. Where's that embossing tool? I would actually use a bigger one. I've got an old pen. You can use all sorts. And I just put it on at an angle and just press down. Okay, and that gives you a really nice shape. Now the smaller the embossing tool, the more gathered the flower is. What can I show you that on? So if I did this one, that big one shaped it but quite wide, whereas this one, if you did it, it brings it up a lot more. Can you see the difference? And also you don't have to use one of these tools. I've used pencils before, the ends of pens, Sharpies, anything. Just have a go. Have a go and you get different shapes. But that's all I've done with my flowers. I've stuck them on with dimensionals and then put them on there, or I've just done it with glue. That's it. And the leaves, when you're doing the leaves, let me show you this leaf. So stick it on there, but also stick it from behind as well. So with this one, for instance, you can see that I've stuck it on the back, but from the front it just looks like that. Okay. So I'm going to go off and finish that one. I've waffled enough. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I hope you give this envelope flower card a go. Which one are you going to make? This simple version? Oh, we didn't do the front bit of the envelope. Ah! I heard you. I heard you shouting at me saying, excuse me, you've forgotten something. Right, bring it back in. This bit. What is the bit size for the front? Let's go back. Let's get a bit of paper. It needs to be 10 centimetres by 6. So remember that bit that you cut off? Oh, I didn't show you how to shape it as well. Okay, 10 centimetres, that's what we're going for, by 6. Oh my goodness, I've waffled a lot today. If you're still with me, thank you so much. And then what do I need to do on the sides? 2.5 centimetres. Okay, let's move these bits off. So, where's that pencil? Okay, so this is 10 by 6. What we're trying to do is make the envelope piece for the front. I am going to measure 2.5 centimetres from one side, 2.5 centimetres from the other side, and then down either side here and here. Okay, so I've got 2.5 centimetres there and there, there and there, and I'm just going to cut that off. So a bit like we did on the other piece, cut it off like that, and there and there, just like that. Turn that out of the way. Okay, so okay, now I could just stick that on, but what I'm going to do is shape it. So instead of having really tight corners, I'm just cutting off the corners. You can see my pencil marks at the minute, and I do need to go and get a rubber and take them off. But you don't need to wait for me to do that. Now if you've got a corner trimmer, you could try and fit it in, but because it's not a right angle, it won't. I'm also going to do this bit just because envelopes don't very often have, and it just makes a difference. Look, like that. I'm not going to do the sides, just that bit. That bit's going to be hidden by flowers. This bit is going on here. So if I stick that on now, you can see the envelope effect straight away. Just adds something to it. And then I promise we can have our ta-da moment. Okay, so that just goes straight on the front, just down the bottom. Ta-da! There you go. Okay, so stepped up version, step down version. Which do you prefer? Hopefully you stay to the end. If you do, oh my goodness, thank you so much for putting up with my waffle. I hope that you give this card a go. I would absolutely love to see what you make, and what dies you choose to fill your flowers with. Share a photo with me, tag me in it, send it to creativethyottaway@gmail.com. If you like what you've seen and you'd like to see some more, please subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Happy crafting!